That's right, Dave. He certainly did. He certainly did. It is 8:15. Do we have a Eddie Van Halen song for Joe Mann?
No, but we have the timpani.
Joe the Man in the house today.
We are good, Joe Man. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Oh, yeah, great. I appreciate you having me come down.
I noticed that, I like that when he comes up, it's always by chariot, and then he has the guy leave the chariot out front, and the horses are kind of pawing at the ground, snorting like, hurry up, we got to get back to work and save this city. So
What's going on, Joe Mann?
Oh, things are great. Wonderful weather. This time of the year, we normally have fresh hop ale, and so I kind of miss seeing those hundreds or thousands of people downtown. And so, but no, things are good. Weather's good. Downtown's great. We have our last farmers market coming up this Sunday.
That's right. This Sunday, cool.
Yeah,
right
we've
on.
had a lot of people coming out and seeing it. It's kind of one of those old favorite activities on Sundays, and so yeah, no, that's been fantastic. And we have chalk art coming up. Usually we have 100 people out on the sidewalks drawing, but we kind of changed it up this year.
So how are you doing it this year? Are you sending in pictures this year from your own home? Is that how it works?
No. We actually made about 30 of these little chalkboards, and people came in and picked them up. And so they have a little chalk slate they took home.
you kind of have like pro artists and regular people. Isn't there kind of two divisions on this
cool.
thing? Yeah,
Divisions,
Very cool.
And they took them home, and they were supposed to draw their favorite place downtown. And I saw some of the entries yesterday. We got a few back in yesterday, and they're beautiful. It's kind of cool. And then what we're going to do, we had 30 easels made, and they're going to be in windows around downtown so people can wander around and look at the chalk art through the store windows. And so kind of a novel approach.
It's very cool. And coincidentally enough, the top 5 are all of Ron's Coin and Book. I don't know how that happens, but it is a favorite place for a lot of folks.
We think alike. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, well, good.
That's
good.
clever. I like that.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
It's a neat idea. We didn't want to cancel the event. We wanted to make sure, we kept moving on. And so, the clever people at the Downtown Association came up with this idea, and I said, wow, neat, let's do it.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
Excellent. So we've got a number of restaurants that have reopened downtown, right?
Oh, yeah, Second Street's open. Cowichi's open. I'm going to Mickey's today for lunch over at the Orion. Of course, the Olive Garden's always open.
Yeah.
And, the Bondlander Sub Shop, a great place for lunch. And the Main Stop down there. And so, things are active. And Santiago's is being remodeled right now as we speak. And so things are happening,
Man.
Yeah.
How's business for you?
It's been great. We we kind of upset a few people because we're still doing curbside, and so we have them come and knock on the door, and then we let them in and we help them from there. And but everybody's wearing a mask and everybody's following the rules, and so things are good.
With all the time, we just heard some ads about gold and silver. Boy, it just seems to be a lot of gold and silver, because the market, the market tanking, you're going to gold is going to do better, silver is going to do better. What's your read on that whole thing?
Well, usually I still think long-term gold and silver are good. They've proven, test of time. They always have a value. But I think always when we get into a major election time, people see the uncertainty, who's going to get into office, what's going to happen, all these things. And so they always look at gold and silver. It's kind of an investment they can kind of have and hold on themselves. It's not a slip of paper they see. It's actually a hard commodity. And so people kind of like that. And so it just depends on what they see for the future.
Lance, the Lone Ranger was constantly looking at silver. Throw that out there.
Yeah.
That's as far as my knowledge of precious metals goes. Is right there, right?
Well, next time I come up, I'll bring you a little piece of silver.
Ooh, we can see what it looks like. Awesome.
KIT had a little silver bar years ago.
They did.
Yeah.
I have one.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Yep. Before my time.
Yeah, that's right. I got one.
They had a little silver bar. It was small, but it was silver.
Yeah. I remember. I can't remember what they were giving that out for or anything.
It was some
but
promotion or something. I don't know, but I have a couple of them.
So what are you telling people? I know now that you're the expert. $1,885 an ounce. It's going for gold this morning.
Yeah, down from last a few days ago. It was 1,900 and some. So yeah.
it's a lot of growth in it, right?
It's come up a lot. People say, well, with the uncertainty, why would people be selling gold now? But I have thousands of customers that I've helped, and they bought in the $300 to $500 range, and so they can triple and quadruple their money, and profit's not a bad word, and so they sell it and they make a little money. They have a little jingle in their pocket. They can go out and buy a new car, or go out to dinner, or do lots of things with it. So.
Buy some comic books or something.
Same for silver, right? I mean, silver right now is such an affordable. It's such an affordable commodity, and I was getting it for $2 and $3 an ounce.
Right.
I remember that.
It was $3 an ounce.
Yeah.
And so
but even today, right?
Yeah, sitting at 24, 25, and the cost of production out of a lot of North American mines is up around $30 to $50 an ounce. And so it's I think it has great potential. I like silver better than I like gold. I think the growth potential is better. The high point for gold is about $2,000. The high point for silver was at $50. And so still, just from the ground that it's already covered, I think silver has better potential. And it has many more industrial uses than gold. So, yeah.
Very interesting. Good stuff.
Yeah, well, that's just it. I mean, it is it solar panels that need silver or something?
Solar panels, a lot of the medical devices for purity, they use silver. And so, there's a lot of uses for it,
More than just jingle jangling around in Lance's pocket.
Yeah, that's right. What are you telling people? Okay, on the last question about silver. What are you telling people when they want to invest in silver? What's a good investment in silver in terms of a $500, $100?
I think the strategy that I always like seeing is people who invest, no matter what it is, on a regular basis. They don't take every last dime they have and they throw it into the market and they pray, and then when they need money a month from now, they have to sell something off. But somebody who comes in like every payday and maybe invest, the average working guy like me, maybe $50 or $100, what they can afford to spend on a monthly basis, and they buy a little bit, and over the next few years, you actually have a lot. So even if it doesn't move a whole lot, you still have an investment, and you still have something that you could sell off and get some cash if it's needed.
Right on.
So just a regular scheduled investment. So yeah.
KIT News Time is 8:22. Talking to Joe Mann, Yakima business owner of Ron's Coin and Collectibles. Did I get that right?
Yeah, Ron's Coin and Collectibles. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's why we were asking him about that. Joe, in terms of business downtown, you are a member of the Greater Yakima Chamber of Commerce, right?
I am. Yes.
And Commerce working closely, trying to get more businesses open. You hear a lot of frustration from business owners.
Oh yes, lots and lots. Of course, we have to follow the governor's guidelines and everything, and so we've been pushing the masking effort pretty good, so we can move into that phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, and get more businesses open and get more percentage of people able to come in the door. And so that's been a big push for the chamber lately. We haven't been able to have any of our lunches. We do have a Ted Robertson Award winner coming up.
Excellent.
We haven't announced who it is yet, but
and you're going to break that news right now, ladies and gentlemen. Joe Mann with
No, not me.
Thought I could catch him off
they
guard
actually
there.
voted for a good person, not me. So
okay.
So no, we're excited. We should be announcing in the next week or so, and it's I can see things getting back to a little normalcy if there was ever a normal, and but no, again, we didn't want that to pass by this year and not have an award winner for the last, we've had one for the last 30 years, and this is definitely a strong business person in the community that has received this award. So.
A couple of questions for me, Joe. One is, I know you're the downtown guy, but you see there's more conversation now and updates on what's going to take place or trying to take place over at the mill site.
Yes.
You have any involvement in that, and are you tracking what they're doing, and how will that affect our downtown depending on how all that goes?
Yeah,
good. I think it will affect it well. If the right thing is put there, because it will bring more people off the freeway and down into our town. These people who drive by going somewhere else, we can entice them to stop here. They'll stay in our hotels. They'll visit our brand new convention center. They'll spend some activity time here.
Right.
And I was on a group for about 6 years with Ron Anderson, our county commissioner, and we were trying to imagine ideas of what would work best down there. And Ron actually invited me to the the dirt turning party out in Terrace Heights when they started the construction down there, just a month and a half ago, and it was wonderful to see the start of it. I mean, it's a huge project for this east-west corridor,
right?
And that's going to have a lot to do with the Boise
Sure,
Cascade.
sure.
And
So what would you like to see there?
oh, I would love to see Great Wolf Lodge, some hotels, some restaurants. I shouldn't say my crazy idea years ago, but my crazy idea years ago is I've been to the Coca-Cola World in Atlanta, and I would love to see a Coca-Cola museum out there, and then right next door have the West Coast McDonald's Museum, and have these huge icons right there on the freeway, something for people to come in and do. But I come up with a lot of crazy ideas.
Yeah, I was going to say.
My crazy idea was to have a big Coke museum and then a big rum museum right next to that. So we could have a big rum and Coke thing, but
Yeah.
I guess that was just a crazy idea.
I'd go for that. I think we'd go for
The
that.
other question before Lance rudely takes over here.
Sorry, no.
My other question I wanted to know, I know we've got a new city manager now.
Yes,
Right.
yeah,
and as busy as you are and involved in as many things as you are in downtown, I know that in the past you've had fairly active relationships with previous city managers and all that, simply because, you're a huge part of downtown and your businesses and buildings and all of that. And you're keen on economic development. Where do you think you see that going? An outside guy who's got some background and success and that sort of thing. Any ideas where that might go, or where we'd like to see it go?
Well, I would love to see him tackle some of the things like Boise Cascade, like the airport, like our convention center.
And maximize the resources that we have right now.
Right. And he does have a very strong economic development background. And I was on the little community hiring committee, and we gave our stamp of approval on him. And from what I've spoke with him so far, he's a good guy, very open-minded to ideas, and I think it's wonderful. And I'm fortunate enough, I'm going to have lunch with him today. We're going to talk about some downtown issues.
Good.
But
good.
But no, I think he's going to be a good addition to the staff at City Hall, and hopefully he can resurrect our economic development department at City Hall, and so we can work on some of those big projects that are going to change the valley for years to come.
It's always interesting, Lance. When times get tough, it seems like trying to do economic development is one of the things that kind of gets pushed aside right away just to survive with basic services, except that a burgeoning, successful economic development department keeps you from being, at times, getting into times tough, right? There we go. Master plan from the mastermind, right?
Yeah. I just pulled out a downtown master plan from 2013, September of 2013, and the time and effort that went into that plan, and really, I have to admit that we've done a lot of plans for Yakima, but one of the good things that came out of that plan was we have additional parking downtown. We restriped streets, we made adequate parking. Of course, that was all done for the plaza. I don't like bringing up the P word. It's a little controversial, but no, we have that additional parking downtown, and so that's a good thing. And so every time we go back and re-look at that, it brings up new ideas. It brings up new thoughts.
Yeah, there was some interesting stuff done in that plan.
Right.
I was there at the time, as you know, and
Right.
Man, oh man, the vision that was sort of bouncing around about what Yakima could be if we could all get on board with the vision and turn it into sort of this pedestrian downtown and get people to stop and smell the roses and look at the shops that aren't there now but that would come to fill in based on the other plans that we would do. It was a tougher sell than I thought in the final analysis. But boy, in the early stages, the planning was so exciting, and so many people in the community were involved. Those early meetings, Joe, you remember we had hundreds and hundreds of people there.
Yeah.
And so if any of that stuff, that kind of energy can be reconstituted, and this new guy can shepherd it through, that'd be really good.
Well, anytime you go back and you read through these earlier plans, it gets your mind going, and maybe it's not the same direction that they were thinking at that time,
Right.
but it shows that so many things are possible.
Opens you up.
Yep.
You bet.